I don't usually like to generalize, but I need you to know one thing. Whoever goes from person to person is broken and desperately they need help. And they are in desperate need. You can put that in capital letters. They are in desperate need of healing. However, what they will do is they will use another person as a placeholder instead of allowing God to heal them. So they will go from person to person. I need you to be aware of anyone who has never been alone for an extended period of time. They are a red flag. And also, when you get into these relationships, at least everybody is coming from somewhere. I need you to ask this person how long they took to heal, what they did to really heal and improve. It's important to understand this person that you're getting yourself into. So, hi my beautiful family. Welcome to today's video. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Why do men move on so easily? There are men who hurt for a long time, but a bigger percentage of men, I'm sorry to say, a bigger percentage of men move on really so fast. And I also know there are women who move on so fast in relationships. But to be specific today, let's talk about why do men move on so easily? Why is it so easy for them to move on? And before we start, for me, when I get into a relationship with somebody, the first thing I always ask them is, for how long have you been alone? It's important to me. I really need to know that. I know people will lie, but it's important that you tell the truth. If somebody told me they were just in a relationship, maybe a month ago, maybe a few weeks ago, I'd be like, okay. It gives me some doubts. Now let's talk about it. The first one is men move on so easily because they already had your replacement. They were basically already shopping for another woman while they were with you. They were already promising another woman they would settle with them. And you might find that this woman maybe didn't even know that this man was already in a relationship. Although there are women who know and they don't really care, they feel like the man loves me and we women are also not easy. Oh my God. So there was already another woman in waiting before they actually broke up with you. That's why they move on so easily. There was already another in waiting. Okay, let's start it this way. In essence, a man who immediately begins a new relationship is using it as a coping mechanism for the heartbreak. They use this as a coping mechanism that allows them to bounce back into the acceptable space of the tough, the stoic guy he is supposed to be. He suppressed and compartmentalized his emotions instead of doing the painful work of healing. Another reason why men move on so easily is because, unlike women, men don't have the social support network to buoy them up in their times of pain and sadness. They can't cry to their friends, they can't seek solace from their mothers, or drown their feelings in a bucket of chunky monkey ice cream. If they knew that kind of behavior was acceptable, of wallowing in self-pity and crying to a friend, cry to your mother, cry to someone, eat up ice cream, they would actually do it. But like I said earlier, men are too aware that stoicism, soldiering on, and walking it off are fundamental guidelines to the male handbook. And breaching this would cause them to become a ridicule, pity from their male counterparts. So that's one of the reasons why men move on so easily. Unconscious coping mechanism. People move on easily because they want to feel better. But it's actually unhealthy coping mechanisms that makes them fail to heal. Self-esteem issues. Self-esteem issues are also involved. Breakups can threaten people's self-esteem. Some may use a new relationship to feel better. Like, it makes some people to have a low self-esteem. Some people feel like when they move, everyone knows they broke up with them. So, there are people who really care about what other people will say about their relationships. You find that all community knew about your relationship. Of course, relationships are in most cases known. So, they feel a low self-esteem. How could she leave you? Like something like that. So, to have their heads up, men decide to hop into another relationship to feel better, to have that self-esteem, to feel the stoicism that they think they should always have. Men also move on easily because of the difficulty to accept responsibilities. What do I mean here? Men may be less willing or able to accept accountability of their actions in the previous relationships. Some men will want to believe that they did not make any mistakes in the previous relationship. It was entirely the fault of the woman. So they feel like it was a fault after all, and then they just move on into the next person without having the time to reflect on themselves, to really understand where they went wrong. It takes two to tango, guys. I always say that. I normally don't like to blame one person entirely. But of course, there is this one person with the bigger percentage of the breakup, probably. So it takes two to tango. When you find somebody who doesn't want to entirely accept their fault in the relationship, then so that's the reason some men move on so easily, because they don't feel responsible for whatever happened in the previous relationship. Distraction. And I think this one is really, really common. This one is really, really very, very common. A new partner can create a sense of excitement and make you feel better. It's okay, babe. How could she do that to you? She's not a good person. You made the right decision to leave her. And makes them feel better. It makes them feel happy they hopped out of that relationship. So they just need to feel better. That's why they end up jumping into a new relationship. And guys, I really know men are not as strong as women are. So most men cannot handle a heartbreak. So they just jump into a new relationship for purposes of distraction. Not really. You might find they are not even in love with a new person, but just to distract themselves for that moment before they can probably get the person they think is the best for them. So that is one reason why men move on so easily. Easing feelings of stress or depression. Some people use rebound sex too. It still takes us back to distraction. A new partner creates a sense of excitement and makes you feel better. Others report using rebound sex to ease feelings of stress and depression after a breakup. And by the way, let me tell you, rebound sex normally happens after a committed relationship ends. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. That was it. If you have any reasons, men in the building, what makes you move on so fast? If you agree with me, put a comment. If you also disagree with me, put a comment. Disagreements and agreements are welcome in this channel because they help us to learn better. I am not a man. This is just from my perspective and the perspective of other people. I do a lot of research before I post this video. So let's hear from the men themselves in the building. Why do you move on so easily? Help us understand. Thank you so much for watching. I wish us all the best. Till then, bye. Peace out.